Are you comfortable? I mean, I know there's lots of pillows on the sofa. Maybe I went overboard. Uh, no, I... Is it silly to still be... I don't think I'm nervous. It... I, I should be used to you being here by now, and I am. I don't want you to think that my stuttering means that I'm uncomfortable. I think even if I get less anxious or nervous, I'm still always going to be a little bit, shy. I got refills, so this is your drink. Obviously, this one's mine. Did the film end while I was grabbing? It's alright, I've seen it plenty of times. Did you, I didn't want to say anything while we were watching the movie. I didn't want to distract you too much from it, but did you fall asleep during... No, I'm not upset. It's alright. It's sweet that you feel, comfortable enough here to allow yourself to fall asleep around me. Of course I'm not offended. Oh, I don't take it as a slight of you finding the movie boring. It's late. Of course you're tired. And these sorts of films are relaxing, aren't they? Yeah, let me put the DVD back in its box. Where'd I put the box? Let's eject this. Right. It's gone quite yellow, hasn't it? The back of the disc. It's so old. Still played fine, though, I'm glad. It's from an age where people used to actually put nice little pictures on the discs. Most these days are just plain, aren't they? Let's get this back in gently. There we go. It's interesting, they have the whole scene selection in the... Well, it's not a leaflet in the front, is it? It's the back side of the cover. Because the plastic case is transparent. Barbie in the Nutcracker. Scene selection. 1. Opening credits. 2. Barbie tells a story. Clara's gift. The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. Inside the Ice Cave. Waltz of the Snow Fairies. Magical Land of Parthenia. The Gingerbread Village. Mayor Mint and Captain Candy. The Power of the Scepter. Sugar Plum Princess Expedition. Waltz of the Flower Fairies. Rock Giant. Across the Sea of Storms. The Mysterious Island. Clara to the Rescue. Battle for the Kingdom. Prince Eric and the Sugar Plum Princess. Pas de deux. Returning Home. The Courage to Dance. And end credits. Interesting you can scene select the end credits. Access Barbie in the Nutcracker special features by pressing the menu key on your DVD player's remote control. I've never heard television remote buttons referred to as keys. I suppose you call the buttons on a keyboard keys. Barbie and associated trademarks are owned by and used under license from Mattel Incorporated, 2001. Makes me feel old. Sorry, I was just entirely reading the inside sleeve of the... You don't mind? Are you, like, listening to me talk? Well, alright, you sure I'm not going to put you back to sleep reading this out? Though I suppose this is a sleepover, you came here to sleep. Well, that's very sweet that you want to stay up and do more, but we've got all of tomorrow. You can fall asleep if you want. Or we could go to the bedroom. Alright, or we can stay here. You do look awfully cozy. Huddled up in the corner of the sofa. It is also... It's very cute that you brought, plushies with you. Of course I'm not childish. I've got plenty. No, you can say what's on your mind. I won't laugh, I promise. No, I'm fine. No, I'm not laughing. I'm not holding in a laugh. I'm holding in, what do they call it? Cute aggression. I'm holding in screaming. In a good way. You, you wanted them to meet some of mine. Alright. You could have asked that before we watched the film. I'll go grab a couple, shall I? Right. And you won't be asleep when I get back, will you? Still awake? Alright. Well, I got 3. I sort of thought... I mean, I don't know if you want me to ramble about them. Okay. My thinking was get some from different time periods. Because, you know, I like to collect. Well, I suppose it's less like I do actively like to collect vintage things and antiques, but it is also, I mean, I suppose things that I grew up with are now considered vintage. Hopefully not antiques. I think it's like, 20, 30 years old and something is considered vintage. I don't know how old something has to be considered an antique. Well, anyway, I suppose we can go from the newest one I've acquired to the oldest. Well, or more like when they're from. Okay, I was nervous grabbing him because I suppose he might be a little scary. But I found him recently in person in a store and I couldn't pass him up. It's what's him, is in, that's his name, from, the Powerpuff Girls, the original cartoon. I really enjoyed it, and I don't care for the reboots as much. I'm not trying to be some sort of purist that only thinks the original version of anything is better, but some of the different reboots felt like corners were cut, and there's one episode that really annoys me that we're not going to discuss because this is a happy, nice sleepover. So, or the live action reboot that almost happened. Now that's entirely cancelled now, yes. The trailer got posted or leaked, and then, no, yes, everyone hated it, so. I think maybe the world needs to realise that we don't want or need reboots of things to be gritty, dark, dystopian retellings. You know, like the Winx Club live action adaptation. It was as if they were trying to make it some sort of Hunger Games YA style affair, which, why can't we have shows that are just fun? What was fun, what is fun about Winx Club and Powerpuff Girls and magical girl animes is, yes, some of them are darker, but if we talk about the regular classic ones, they're fun. They're an escape. They're colourful, and the fashion is really fun. And to take all of that away, you know, the transformations, I mean, I love. There used to be this thing people did, I'm not sure why, it became a trend, where people would take the different transformation clips from Winx Club and edit each girl's transformation to a different Cascada song. I remember watching those a lot. Anyway, I think there should be able to be shows that are just fun, you know? Especially if you're living in a time that is, in itself, feels dystopian. I don't really want to be watching dystopian fiction when that just kind of feels equally as bad, or if not, actually not even worse than the real. I'd rather see something happier, but maybe that's just me. So he might be a little creepy, but I always liked him. I know I seem someone who scares easy, and I'm not very good with horror things most of the time. But one could look at his character and his design and see this devil, Satan-looking character who was portrayed as effeminate and wearing a dress and pink as homophobic, and yes, you absolutely could and maybe should see it that way. Like, I don't know what the intention was with it, but definitely having Satan appear as potentially a gay drag queen or just a gay effeminate man, not the best look. But I don't know, as a queer man, I'd like to reclaim him. Seeing, even if it was poor representation, seeing a man wearing pink was a bit revolutionary for me at the time. Wearing makeup. If he is, I mean, it appears to wear lipstick and blush and eyelashes. I don't know. It made me feel seen in a little way. This is by Creeptures. It's very soft. Plastic eyes, embroidered details, and his belt and claws are like a fake I assume fake leather. I wouldn't think they'd use real leather. The belt buckles are sort of hard felt. I can put him away if he's a bit too creepy. Alright. Let's set him here. Plush number 2. You know who this is, right? This is Grumpy Bear from the Care Bears. The tag is very faded. I've had him since... He's from the early 2000s. He's not one of the 1980s plushies. He's a very soft, I don't know if you consider this fake fur. It's not fake fur, but it's... I don't know, there's long fibers, almost like a rug. He has a little hair wisp at the top that is actual, like, almost like fake Barbie doll hair. That's a little rough. I've thought about trying to condition it. Plastic eyes, plastic nose, and a little sad frown. All the other bears have smiles, but not him. Not as soft as he used to be, but I don't mind. But if you feel places, I suppose, where he's been cuddled less, so under his arms, or the backs of his legs and his little bum, you can actually see the texture and colour that he was originally, and how matted, I suppose, he's become. I know some people would condition or shampoo him and get him to the texture that he once was, but I'm so used to the texture that he is now that I think it would actually upset me to return him. To love is to be changed. That's a very sweet quote. You saw it on a Garfield meme, alright. Final boy. But you'll have to be gentle with him, alright? He can't really take proper cuddles. I love him very much. This is Mr. Jinx. He is a 1950s plush with a rubber face. I didn't have him as a child, no, I wanted one. But they weren't made as much then, and well, I didn't get any. You might have seen Rushtons before. They're very sought after. There's a lot of people on TikTok who are getting into collecting them. They go for crazy money now. But this guy, this little gentleman, was made by Knickerbocker. The character is from an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon. He's a black tuxedo cat. He was not in this exact condition when I bought him. He was a little worse for wear. He still is. The fur on his knees has been rubbed raw. There's a little hole here. A lot of the fur is missing off his back. But I don't mind. And when I got him, originally, he's supposed to come with a pink bow tie and 2 little pink felt buttons, which, as you can see, he does have. But when I bought him, the seller, well, I suppose his original buttons and bow tie had fallen off at some point, and they had replaced them with a red scarf and red buttons. So I took those off, and I made these ones myself. And his face, you can see the silicone's chipped in a couple of places, but the paint was even worse for wear. There was a massive chip in his nose. The idea of restoring, or less so restoring, but just giving him a clean and then repainting or touching up some parts was terrifying to me. I was worried I'd mess it up, or I was devaluing him. But then I thought, I didn't buy him as an investment. I didn't buy him so that I could keep him in the best ever condition so that he could be resold later, or I could pass him down to someone else who would then sell him for a profit. I bought him to enjoy him. So, originally I looked at the paint he should have. All around here where the silicone meets the fabric should have been grey, and then white here. It was all chipped off. It was the sort of peachy skin tone that the silicone is, so I painted all of this. His eyelashes were fine. His eyes had quite large chips, so I repainted those. Or touched them up more so. I didn't wipe any of his paint off. All I wiped off was dirt. He had quite a lot of dirt accumulated between his eyes and up inside his ears. Soap and water, and for the stubborner bits, nail polish remover. I know, you have to be careful with that stuff. If you had a Barbie doll, or a Monster High, or something like that, and you wanted to remove the paint to fully customize it yourself, you would nail polish remove, and it would get everything off. And I didn't want to take off his original paint, but there was some, I think some child had taken a marker or something to his face, so that was all I had to use it to get those off. I touched up his hair, his eyes, repainted all of his nose because so much of it was missing. I don't have a steady enough hand to do his whiskers. I confess I used a pen, a fine liner, not paint, for the whiskers, and I'm pretty self-conscious about it because you can tell they don't look as neat as the other areas, but my hand's just not steady enough to have done it with a brush. I tried and I kept having to wipe them off, so. But like I said, he's for my enjoyment. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of my sort of restoration attempt. But he's so sweet, isn't he? Some rubber-faced plushies can look a little creepy, but I think some of them are adorable. They also released a matching Huckleberry Hound, that's the cartoon he's from, to go with him. I don't have Huckleberry Hound. I'm not sure if I'm desperate for him. I didn't so much get him because I'm nostalgic for the cartoon, more so that I just think he's so sweet. With a little bow tie. Just a handsome little gentleman, I thought. Like I said, people do go crazy for Rushtons, but most of them I actually don't really love that much. There's a couple I think are very sweet, but some of the ones that caught my eye more are by brands and companies I can't even find the name of. There's some wolf and fox ones that I adore, but I've no idea who made them. They look very, Tex Avery wolf style sort of look to them. I have a soft spot for that sort of design, I suppose. Yes, you can touch him, just be careful. Gentle with him. And he can sit right over here. And who did you bring along for them to meet? Well, it is a pleasure to meet them. Can I? Oh, thank you. They've been well loved. I'm fine, sorry, I didn't mean to freeze up. You've had them for a while, yes? They smell really strongly of you. Sorry, I didn't mean, I wasn't sniffing, I was sniffing, sorry, you didn't mind? Just being surrounded by so many things that smell of you, it's really comforting. You want to watch more things? Dear, you're falling asleep. Well, what would you want to put on? Something not too loud. Because I want you to feel safe and fine about falling asleep to it. You can lean against me on the sofa and pass out for hours for all I care, alright? I do have a couple more Barbie DVDs. I've got Swan Lake and Princess and the Pauper. If you wanted any others, I'd have to try and find them online or on a streaming service. I'm not sure if they are on any streaming services. Probably none of them are up on YouTube. I mean, there's one up on YouTube, but I'm not sure. It's a little bit crazy. It might be distracting to fall asleep to, though he seems so exhausted. Well, I don't want you trying to pay so much attention to it that you don't fall asleep. I suppose, yes, if it's Barbie, it's probably cozy enough for you to fall asleep to. Well, it's on YouTube because, I mean, I suppose obviously there is copyright to it, but Mattel aren't really bothered about trying to copyright claim a 1980s film. Yes, 1980s. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, you believed the lies on this DVD, starring in her first movie, Barbie and the Nutcracker. For shame. I suppose on a technicality you could say that the 1980s movie was more a TV special or OVA, and not a full-length movie. It's 45 minutes long, and technically is 2 parts. So I suppose maybe they were aired as 2 different sort of 22-minute length things, and I suppose that's not feature film length. But I feel like when YouTubers make videos saying they've watched every single Barbie movie, they haven't until they've also watched Barbie and the Rockers, but what do I know? Yes, that's what it's called. It was a line of dolls where Barbie and Ken and some new characters were in a rock band together. And they made a TV special, mini-film thing, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes both parts together are called Barbie and the Rockers. Sometimes the first part is called Barbie and the Rockers, and the second part is called Barbie and the Sensations. I'm not sure why they never call them Barbie and the Sensations in the movie. They continuously call them Barbie and the Rockers. Sometimes it's called Barbie and the Rockers, or Barbie and the Sensations. Barbie and the Rockers Out of This World, and then Barbie and the Sensations Rocking Back to Earth, I think. The Out of This World and the Earth thing, that's literal, by the way. Okay, well, I'll have to get YouTube up on the TV app. Okay, so, come on. Now, if this is going to be your sleep aid ASMR movie time, you can cuddle up with me. I don't mind. Right, I don't want to spoil things, but also I feel as though, since you're going to fall asleep and you are half asleep already, would you mind a bit of a plot summary explanation? Because a lot happens very quickly. And I sort of want to see your reaction to a little summary, or me establishing the premise. Right. Get close then. It's not right if I put my hand like this on your hair. Right. Then, imagine, if you will, what if Barbie was in a rock band? And I am going to establish the characters because I just realised they don't actually explain who any of the band members are. I suppose they presume you know who Ken is, and that they have a thing. But the others are all a bit new, and they get... Okay, the theme song. Oh, I didn't tell you, it's a musical. So it's a Barbie 2D animated musical from the 80s where Barbie and her rock band go to space and accidentally time travel. And it's a musical. I know you're not going to be wide awake, because we can rewatch it tomorrow. And I think the experience of watching it while being half asleep and half conscious might actually enhance the experience of the movie. You'll probably wake up and go, Valentine, we didn't actually watch a movie where Barbie is in a rock band and somehow are suddenly qualified astronauts and go to perform in a world peace concert for world peace, because that's been established, and obviously Barbie is the wanted ambassador for world peace, and so they fly her and a whole band who are suddenly trained astronauts on a pink space shuttle to a space station that is shaped like a giant flower, where she performs a rock concert from space that is broadcast around the world. But then on the way back to Earth, they're all rocking out too much that no one's actually flying the plane, and they fall through a wormhole and end up in the 1960s, where immediately some random man in an airfield with his daughter is like, well, they assume they're aliens at first, and then immediately believe them about the time travel, and immediately say, yes, my knowledge of fixing 1960s aeroplanes can absolutely fix your 1980s space shuttle. and lets these strangers who he just met, who he just thought were aliens, babysit his 10-year-old daughter and take her out on the town, where they're supposed to lie low, but instead, Barbie and the Rockers cannot stop themselves from performing a little mini concert in a malt shop that they go to, and immediately become a worldwide sensation, which you think would cause a time paradox. If Barbie's meant to be a new hit band in the 80s, she can't go back to the 1960s and become a new hit band. But apparently, I guess it just makes a new timeline or something, or Barbie is immune to paradoxes, because that doesn't happen. And they go back to the future and everything's fine and dandy, and then at the concert for world peace, once they get back on Earth, because of course there's a follow-up concert, and of course also when they time travel back to Earth, she is performing a concert while they do it and just disappears in the middle of the stage. And this is never brought up in the 1980s, of people being like, hey Barbie, it's you. So you're like, maybe the time travel thing was wiped from everyone's minds. No, that wouldn't, because that would explain, you know, why the loophole. Maybe everyone got their memory wiped, but they didn't, because instead, when they're back at the concert in the 1980s, there's a woman in the first row who's like, Barbie, it's me. It's the girl you babysat. I'm all grown up now, and has the locket to prove it. And it's like, what? Then the end. Barbie is immune to time paradoxes, I guess, and you'll say, hey, I dreamt all that, right? That movie where all that happened, that wasn't real, right? And I'll go, no, love, it was real. Would you like to watch it again? I have the cassette. Well, there was a line of dolls, and the dolls came with cassettes of the songs, but the cassettes that came with the dolls were actually slightly different songs than what's in the movie, and slightly different covers and versions of the songs than what is in the movie. There is a recording of the whole soundtrack of the film, and I'm not sure where someone got it from, but it's all on YouTube. It's not ripped from the VHS, because the songs are the full-length versions without any talking over the top, and the VHS ones have talking over the top. So I guess also somehow maybe they released a limited edition version of the whole film soundtrack. I don't have that cassette. But it's on YouTube, so that's fine. Yes, the description sounded insane. Sorry, was that a lot? I don't normally talk that long without, stuttering. You want to go ahead? Alright. Let's, where are we? So, this upload's called it Barbie and the Rockers' Adventures in Outer Space, which is not what I've heard anyone else call it. Yes, this was released on VHS. This is what the recordings, or they recorded it straight off their television. I'm not sure. An FBI warning. Federal law provides severing civil and criminal penalties. Oh, it's gone. Interpol warning. International agreements and national laws to protect copyrighted motion that passes by very fast. Basically saying that you shouldn't, you know, rip it on YouTube and then watch it on YouTube. But, no one's really checking the Barbie and the Rock. I mean, you can't buy it anywhere. Unless you find someone selling the VHS secondhand. Okay, in her first length music video adventure is what they're calling it. It's not a film. It's not a TV episode. It's a music video adventure. I mean, it's a musical, but I wouldn't call it a music video. I don't know. Music videos can have plot, I suppose, but I feel like if you're cutting away, it's a musical. It's not a music video. This is the theme tune. Oh, I didn't name the characters like the song does. That's the thing with this song. So it's Barbie and the Rockers. With Dana, Derek, Dee Dee, and Diva. So Derek, a guy, and Diva and Dee Dee, and Dana, girls. You might notice someone wasn't name dropped in the song. They don't name Ken at all, even though he's right there in the band on stage with them. It's just Barbie and the Rockers, which are Derek, Dana, Dee Dee, and Diva. Oh, we're already into song number 2. Oh, which one's which? Oh, I'd love to be able to tell you. Obviously, that's Barbie. Ken's the blonde guy. Derek is the brunette guy, because that's the only other guy. And then there's 3 girls. I think... Oh no, I don't know. I think Diva's the one on drums. Whoa, look at Ken's eyelashes. Gorgeous. I think Barbie looks so cute in this animation now. The hair looks so soft and... I don't know. Something about it. I might have had a little crush on her. And how she looks in this. Sorry, I don't mean to talk over it. You're falling asleep anyway. I'm gonna watch it again another time if you want to pay proper attention. Oh, you don't mind the rambles? Alright. I think Diva's the one on the drums. Oh, yes, this is International Barbie on different magazine covers from around the world. It's doing a sort of... Here's all the different countries that Barbie is conquering. No, it literally says Barbie conquers China. That's the word they use for it. There's just something about her in this that I had a bit of a crush. Catch us if you can. For world's first ambassador. Oh, it's the White House. She's at the White House now. We're already... What are we? 3 minutes in, she's at the White House receiving some honour to be champion of world peace. So, Ken's on guitar. Diva, I think, is the one on percussion. I wish it would show me the stage again. Oh, she's getting roses. Are they storming the stage? Okay. I mean, it's cool that they put a girl on percussion. Even now, it's rare that, you know, people really think of most bands in general that play instruments as being all boys. And it's not very often that even now you get like mixed-gendered rock bands and stuff. And even when you do, it's women playing drums and bass is rarer. Not because they can't, not because they don't want to. There's just a stigma about it that they're more like... I guess that percussion is somehow a more manly instrument. Which is, of course, ridiculous. Either in some sort of fancy restaurant at the top of some sort of 360-degree tower. Okay, I was wrong. Dee Dee is the one on drums. And how much dialogue did we get before we got the next song? It's literally like, welcome to the restaurant. Have a nice meal, and then they sit down, and the girls are like, but what are we gonna do now the tour's over? What are we gonna do, Barbie? And Barbie just goes, don't worry, everything will be fine, and then jumps on the table, and we're into another musical scene. It is like a typical musical in that the songs, well, I guess it's a mix. Some of the songs are diegetic and some of the songs are non-diegetic. Okay, so diegetic means the songs are taking place in the actual world. So for example, a character in a film listening to a song on the radio, or a character attending a concert, so like the Queen Bohemian Rhapsody movie. Like the Live Aid performance, that's diegetic because it's actually happening in universe, right? Or a character listening to a song on the radio or in their car or something would be diegetic. Non-diegetic is like the soundtrack of the score. It's not happening in the world. The characters themselves can't hear. You know, when you're watching Star Wars, the characters in it can't actually hear the Imperial March playing, right? Or something like... musicals kind of make that barrier a bit who knows, because you think, in something like Les Mis, when the characters burst into song, are they aware that they're singing? Is this a world where singing is a thing? Like that scene in Tangled where Flynn is like, why is everyone singing? How do they all know the words to this? Or Star Kids Firebringer, when Jamila's like, how do you guys all know this choreography? Did you like learn and write a song and dance without me? But what I mean is some of these songs in this are very clearly meant to be like songs within the world. They are rock concerts that the characters, are performing in. But like that song in the restaurant where they're dancing on the tables, I don't think within the world they're meant to actually just be breaking into song. I think it's meant to be, we see them breaking into song because that's their feelings. Does that make sense? I don't think Barbie's actually just destroying this restaurant and, oh sorry, we're already into song number 4. So the songs in this, some of them are original, like obviously the Barbie and the Rocker song is an original song. Some of them are covers of previously written songs. One of them is a Beatles song. One of them is a Cat Stevens song. One of them, I think the only one I knew beforehand is the Do You Believe in Magic? I could look it up. Let's see. Just a dance with you is everything I need. Let's see. Barbie and the Rockers. It was a doll line created in the mid-80s by Mattel to compete. Yes, they were rip-offs of the Gem and the Hologram dolls. They were marketed for roughly 3 years. A direct-to-video special titled Barbie and the Rockers Out of This World was released in 1987. The characters include Diva, a Scottish-Irish-American redhead, Dana, a Korean-American, Dee Dee, an African-American, and Derek. Ken joins the band in later waves. Oh, okay. So the song Barbie and the Rockers with Derek, Dana, Dee Dee, Diva, like those are also used for the commercials. And in the original line of the dolls for the commercials, Ken wasn't in the band yet. And then when they reused the song for the movie, they just didn't change the lyrics to add Ken in. That makes sense. But she looks gorgeous. Her and Ken's her date to like the World Peace Gala. I think she looks gorgeous. She looks like a princess. Sorry. I guess I have a crush on I want to see the toys. There was a Target exclusive line of Rocker dolls in 2017. Vehicles and playsets included tour vehicles and a concert stage recycled from Mattel's Donnie and Marie Osmond dolls of the late 1970s, in part because of a rushed development cycle. Okay, here's the... Created by Deke Animation and Saban Productions. Okay. Deke and Sabana, who also made... So Saban Productions is who made the Sailor Moon American pilot. They were going to make an American version of Sailor Moon that was part live action, part animation. In the 1990s. It was lost media for a long time. You can find a video essay on YouTube. By a girl called Raven. About her finding all this stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. And then Deke, who did the original English dub for Sailor Moon. Oh, I just didn't tell her. Barbie is announcing live on stage, we're going to be performing the first ever concert in outer space. And none of her band members knew this. She just let them think that they were out of a job, I guess. Songs, okay. Catch Us If You Can was originally by the Dave Clark 5. Wait. Shake, Shake, Shake Your Booty by Casey and the Sunshine Band. What song is that? I don't remember that song being in here. They never say, I mean... The Wikipedia page says that song is in here, but I'm going to be so honest and say, like, that's just not true. It also says Staying Alive by the Bee Gees is in here. It is not. It is not. Okay, the Wikipedia list of songs that's in this is just incorrect. Or there's some other alternate universe version where they sing, they do not sing Staying Alive. Catch Us If You Can is in here. I'm Happy Just to Dance With You is originally by the Beatles. Do You Believe in Magic is originally by The Lovin' Spoonful. The Name Game is also not in here. This is just incorrect. So here's Do You Believe in Magic. Barbie and the Rockers obviously is an original song. I'm not sure about the others. This is just incorrect. Sharon Lewis is doing the singing for this as well as voice acting as Barbie. That's wild. Okay. Canadian television personality and film director. Okay, she's most known for actually hosting like news programs. Interesting, but then I think maybe Wikipedia is linking to the wrong Sharon Lewis. I don't think that this is also... She's credited as an actress in some things, but her Wikipedia page does not credit her for being at Barbie and the Rockers. I think whoever did the Barbie and the Rockers Wikipedia page, I think this is a completely different woman. I think that's a completely different woman. I think they were just wrong. I'm sorry, I'm just tapping on names of the voice actors in this now. Some of them have been in Transformers, Johnny Quest. Gary Chalk does additional voices in this, and he's better known as the voice of Optimus Primal in Beast Wars and Optimus Prime in Transformers Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. More Transformers and He-Man voice actors. These are just additional voices. So I just doing background voices. I don't know. This Wikipedia page only credits who voices the main gang and not who voices like the space station workers or the... Oh, sorry, while I was talking, they became fully fledged astronauts. Yes, no, they're not getting driven by qualified astronauts. They're fully fledged astronauts now. Sorry, I should talk quieter unless... I know I'm talking so fast. I'm sorry. I really like this movie. I'll try and... another one who did additional voices is known for doing Rambles in Mobile Suit Gundam and Resitsu and Inuyasha. Sort of Barbie anime dubbing. Probably mostly Canadian actors, since I think Deke and Sabana are both based in Canada. Suppose most want to do live action stuff. This voice actor. Murder the Vampire. X-Men the Animated Series. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Kebe's Adventures in Wonderland. Kebe's Nutcracker Suite. Winx Club, but it doesn't say who, so I guess just maybe background voices. Oh, Sailor Moon. Grandpa Hino. Oh! Ray's grandfather, Sailor Mars's grandfather. In the original deep dub of Sailor Moon. Huh. Totally Spies, there's a lot on here. But yes, Barbie Rockers Out of This World and Barbie and Sensations have separate Wikipedia pages. Both films were released together by High Tops Video in February 1988, one of High Tops' first releases to have closed captioning. The more you know. No matter all the stars, I'm gonna make it someday. And then this names all the songs: Rockin' Back, Dressing Up, Blue Jean Boy, yes. Disco Dolly, again, that's not in that. And not in the other one. I wonder, I think Dressing Up, if you look at the soundtrack on YouTube, dressing up as the, you can scroll along a YouTube video and it shows, like what the most viewed video, part of the video is, little mountain range little thing. Dressing up as the most viewed one.
Hi, we weren't expecting an audience up here.
Oh, you have one all right. Small, but very enthusiastic.
Oh, sorry, they've already landed back to Earth and don't know where they are.
The Starlight dressing room.
Oh no, they haven't.
Oh, it's wonderful.
They've landed on the space station. I was so zoned out reading Wikipedia that I thought we were like 20 minutes ahead in the movie from where we actually are. The space station looks insane. I don't know how a flower like that would actually hold itself up. I should stop talking over the movie, I'm really sorry. Well, I know you said you don't mind, that you like my voice or whatever.
Would you pass me those earrings, please?
This is our 5th song already in what? 18 minutes? Hello? Come in. I'll try and talk a little less. I don't know if I'll fall asleep. It is really relaxing sitting with you though, like this. Half laying down with you like this. We could. Do you want to lay down? We could. Let's move the plushies a bit. In here.
What do you think?
Oh, nice.
That's
Yeah.
You get now my chest if you want, and that way you can still we can both face the TV. If you lay on top of me, if that's comfortable. I don't know if I'm very soft. Okay. Oh yeah, the flower petals open up. It's crazy.
You're about to go on worldwide TV.
Alright.
Now, for the first time ever, from
Comfortable.
Star Amphitheater, a concert for world
Good.
peace. Please welcome Barbie and the Rock.
Maybe I'll drift off with you. Oh, I've seen this so many times, it's fine. Besides just the sound of the TV, especially on an old CRT, it's good white noise, isn't it? Thank you for coming and sleeping over with me. It's been really nice having you. I know you've stayed the night plenty of times. I just always feel like saying thank you. Every time I'm still in such awe that you want to be here. You want to keep coming back and hanging out with me.
Special moment. I've written a very special song.
My Barbie can speak so many languages.
Just sing it for you.
It's crazy where they've mounted that TV on the mountain. Gosh, if only world peace was that easily achieved, and then we could just celebrate with Barbie shooting off into space doing a concert. And it would heal the world. No, if Barbie was real, I reckon she could get world peace. That's just how powerful she is. She's like an eldritch being, but only uses her powers for good. That's how she can have so many jobs all at once. She can just bend time. That's why the paradox doesn't happen. I've cracked the code. Sorry, I'll be quiet. No, I know you said you don't mind, but I also want to be quiet. Alright. I adore you.
And now, in a full-length music video adventure, here's Barbie in Rockin' Back to Earth. And so ended the most phenomenal concert ever. Barbie and the Rockers concert for world peace from outer space.
Thanks so much, Dr. Leonard. We'll never forget you.
Thank you, Barbie. Your first concert in space was unbelievable.
Bye. Goodbye. Wow, what a thrill.
You're not kidding. What's happening?
I don't know, but it's something else.
I can't figure it out.
Can, look. Did you see that? It was going backwards. I don't know. It's wild. Look,
Incredible.
I don't know what that was, but we're glad it stopped. Ground control. Come in, please.
Ground control? Hey, I like that. What are you? Sky Patrol?
You give permission to land?
I'm Dr. Merrihew, and this is my daughter Kim.
Very pleased to meet you.
You're not from Mars. Where are you from?
Well, we're from Earth, just like you. But we got back sooner than we expected. Is today September 25th?
No, September 20th, 1969.
1969? Boy, we did get home too soon. Years too soon. Somehow we've traveled back in time.
That would explain this vehicle.
It's called a space shuttle.
We'll have it, and we'll go into space.
And a lot more, Dr. Merrihew. But I wonder how we'll make it back.
Don't worry, my dad makes rockets. He'll get you back.
Do you think you can?
Well, I certainly will try, but it'll take some time. We can talk about it later. Kim, why don't you show our guests around?
Oh, can I?
Well, after all, you might as well make the most of it.
All right.
Woo-wee! Is that hot?
You mean cool. Really cool.
Cool. Very cool. Well, what do you think?
Neato.
So, Barbie, where to?
As I recall from those old movies, wasn't the malt shop the hip place to go? Isn't that where you and your friends go after school?
I don't have a lot of friends.
Yes, you do. You have us. We'll always be your friends. That's right. We mean
Don't
it.
you
forget it.
Got it.
Gee, thanks.
Now, where's this malt shop? You like to bob?
Want a frozen yogurt, Kim?
A frozen what?
Banana split. Today, Barbie stole the hearts of France, just as she has stolen the hearts of America and the rest of the world. And in Washington, the president himself has personally asked Barbie and the Rockers to play at the opening of a brand new wing at Cape Canaveral.
Now, Barbie, what about this concert at Cape Canaveral?
It's such a thrill for us. We're on the verge of a whole new era in space. The wonders ahead of us are...
You sound like you've already been there.
I know we can do anything if we just set our minds to it. That's why we're doing this Rock to the Stars concert in honor of humanity's reaching for the stars and getting there.
Barbie singing at Cape Canaveral. Barbie singing at Cape Canaveral. Barbie singing at Cape Canaveral.
Today in Washington, London, Paris, and Tokyo, everyone is talking about Barbie's Rock to the Stars concert. I can't wait to get out there in space. But I don't want to miss your concert either, Barbie.
Right? I'm sure of it. Barbie, you did it.
Really?
I think I know how to get you home. From what you told me, some planet is a distant planet, and the musical chords you play trigger that time tunnel. Those same chords with the planet in the same position.
The singing's easy, but what about the planets?
They'll be lined up the same way the night of your concert.
This will be the most cosmic concert ever.
Everything's ready, Barbie.
How can I ever thank you?
Thank me. Thank you. You convinced me that everything I've been working on is going to happen.
Hmm. Hmm.
We made it! We're back in our own time!
Just in time for our welcome home party.
Are you ready to rock? Yeah! Are you ready to rock? Yes?
Hmm.
Pam! You're all grown up! This is my little girl, Megan. Hi, Megan. Barbie! Wow! Mommy and I both know you! We go way back. Barbie, you're my favorite. Barbie's everybody's favorite. For all time.
Hmm. 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 Thank you all so much for watching, my lovelies. A reminder that custom audio and art commissions are currently open. Make sure you read my rules and message me to discuss your idea before ordering a commission. Links are in the description as always. I also have a Patreon. If everyone who subscribed to me here gave just £1 a month over there, that would help me out a lot, allow me to move out and keep making audios. Rewards of being a patron of mine include access to my Discord, ad-free streaming and downloads of my audios, the ability to leave audio requests, and 2 exclusive spicy audios a month depending on the tier. I also stream on Twitch most Mondays, Wednesdays, and sometimes other days of the week. And I have an Etsy shop called Empty Masks where I sell fan art and original art. My Etsy shop also has stickers and other merch of my original audio characters under the De Vampire Prince section of my shop. Thank you so much to my new and returning patrons from last month. My new fledglings: Hachi, Oman, Zolkova Salts, Edward, AbbyCats16, Skylar Sheridan, Charlie Mandrot, Icor111, L, Shub, Musa, Salamanders Are Cool, Oz, Sign My SP, Peachy Pup, Yerks It's Connor, Simple, Antisocial Corpse, Casey Williams, Akari, Izzy T, Angel Face, Cow Ann, Cryptid Lux, Andy, Jobs, Sam Was Here, Iris Hope, Rebecca Seeker, Hi, Bingus Boy, London, Witchy Dude 23, Gretchen Ellsworth, Anon24, No, Danis, Albert Plague Doc, Kristen Jameson, Hevrana, Oops, Sleepy Doodle, Rebs, Batwinged Ghoul, Rob, Wolf Girl, Kaino, Cien Cleric, Violet Waipuki, Googly Eyed Tarot PDX, Nat Nat, Crystal Hedgehog 1, Matroshka Doll, Carper Nocturne, Mockingbird, Cheerio00, Mortif, Tori, JM, Sweetie, Bellius Cook, Smeechy, Bite Me, Rose, Mulligan, Kalida Fiesta, Dented Testo 36, Lilac Sloth, Frogs, Lux, Shawnee Riddle, Quibble, Raven Nerd 23, Moonrats, Rhiannon Slorak, Whisper, Elmo El Sensual, and Dawdley. And my new familiars, Faith, EK, Chrissy, and Maxine Brannock.